Chemistry. You have tuned in to sharing divine guidance and counsel through the art of tarot. Open your minds and your hearts. Welcome the host, Chemistry.
Kings and queens, welcome to Sharing Divine Guidance Through the Art of Tarot. I am your host, Chemistry, the Star Soul Alchemist. Welcome, welcome, welcome to everyone on every platform that Bent Radio is a part of, to my Facebook friends and family, Grand Rising and Namaste Kings and Queens. I'd like to today I want to share a little something with you guys. I'm not going to prolong the time with it. I am bringing awareness to what we'll call mental health issues, but in this walk that I'm on, we call it something else. We call it the dark night of the soul. And I don't know if anyone has ever heard of the dark night of the soul, but it is a very, very low place that we go in. You could compare it to depression, and when you feel like the woes of life have piled up on you. Well, I experienced that last week. It's not my first one. I realized that as God is teaching me, what and why we go through things. For the month of April, I'm bringing awareness to the dark night of the soul, mental situations, how to navigate through it, what I've learned through my transition, through my going through the dark night of the soul, that there are some thoughts that come to your head that a lot of people these days are giving into, and I'm talking about suicide. Yes, I had suicidal thoughts, and no, I wouldn't act on them, but they came, and it made me realize as I pondered on what I went through that I thank God for the strength that I had, even though at the time that I went through the dark night, you don't feel strong, you don't feel encouraged, you feel hopeless. It's a very, very, very low vibrational place. But I believe that there are people who are going through different phases of that, or different levels of it. And I believe I went through it to bring awareness to it so that we can kind of keep people from cutting off their own lives, listening to the voices and that really sad place. So in the month of April, I will be we'll be telling my own story. I will be bringing in some beautiful souls that was there to witness as I had my meltdown on my job. And I had some beautiful people who stepped in and prayed for me and actually felt when the dark night lifted. So I'll explain more in April what that is, but I want to get us prepped for that. So if you know somebody who is feeling really low, somebody who's feeling hopeless, feeling like all is, life is over, it is done, have them, try to steer them to watch the show next month. We only a week away, and I need time to prepare, because even though I want to be able to share the experience from I want to be able to do the research to give you not just my experience, but evidence to back up what I experienced. I want to thank my friend who's online with me right now, Miss D, who was one of the people who helped me through it as her and I were talking on Messenger, because I posted I was not okay. And a lot of people reached out to me on Facebook and prayed for me. People called. And it really was a cry for help for me, because a lot of times, if most people know me, I'm the person who tries to encourage people. I'm the person that'll read for you for free. I'm the person that would try to lift somebody up. But oftentimes, the healers need healing. Doctors need doctors. So sometimes we're on the other end of where you can't save yourself, where you can look out at the window of somebody else and your own windows are dirty. So I'd like to thank her for being there and sharing her love and light with me. And hopefully we're scheduled that she'll be on the show so she can kind of help describe what that dark night looked like, because she was there with me. So look for that in April. So if you know anybody struggling with mental depression, or just, right now things are really hard for a lot of people, and we're, like me, you're just trying to push through, trying to get through your pain. And if you get to a place where your mind starts telling you to cut your life off, it ended, it's gonna be better in the next lifetime. That's what my spirit was saying. That's what my mind was saying. I'm gonna say. Then please share this video. Invite people to come out and watch the show come April, so we can pull the veil off of the voices or those times of depression, so people won't cut their lives out. And I know God has me to do this because right after I talked to my girlfriend, and she just came out of the blue. She didn't even know that God had prepped me and told me that I would have to share this story. So she was like, do you know so many people are calling me talking about people have committed suicide? So that was my confirmation that this is I went through to help someone else. And so I'm looking forward to being a catalyst to doing what God's will and sharing that story, and hope that it will help and save somebody. So again, if you know someone or if you're going through, please feel free to tune in the month of April. And I'll go as far as Spirit has me. If it takes longer than April, then we're going to do that, because what I felt and what I experienced, no one should have to go alone. And I'm going to even share with you biblically something God shared with me, so you'll know that you're not above going through this. We're all going to experience it at different levels. So with that being said, pray for me as I prep for it. Pray for me that I get more people. I'm looking for experts, mental experts. I'm looking for, if you want to share your story with me, you can call in at 248-429-7224 in the month of April. Share with me your depression story and how you made it. And I'm going to bring in speakers who will also share their testimonies and how they push through. And for me, I know that my journey is a little different with me reading cards, but this is not about a religion. It's not about what your background is. Just about how you made it, because we all share interesting stories. And no matter what background you're in, or no matter what religion you're in, we all face dark hours, okay? So, if you feel like you can connect with me, you want to join me, you can give me a call at the studio, 248-429-7224. Email me if you want to say, hey, I got some information to give you that will help with this topic. You can email me at starsoulhealingtarot1111@gmail.com. That's starsoulhealingtarot1111@gmail.com. So with that being said, I am going to finish this particular week out with doing some readings. I was hoping to get some more people on live. We're really, the numbers are low today. So what I'm just going to do is, my goal was to do, and if you feel like calling in, I will, do a quick reading. What I want to do is do a 2-card reading for anyone who is willing to call in, just to kind of see what they can navigate, what they might be dealing with for the week coming up. So if you want a 2-card reading, you can give me a call again live at 248-429-7224, and I will pull 2 cards for you to help you navigate through your week for next week. And if not, I'm not going to hold things up. I'm going to do, like I always do, I will do a general reading and just kind of see what, as a collective, people are going through, what Spirit may have to say to the collective as a whole. So remember, when it's a general reading, some things may apply to you and some things may not. Personal readings are more personal. They're more in tune to who you are. And so general readings, take what you can take and throw the rest out. Okay, so I'm going to start by pulling some cards just to see where we are headed for the last week in March. I hope you Pisces have enjoyed your month and the month coming up. Grand rising to all of my people on Facebook Live. Okay, so we're gonna just do a general reading for this week coming up. And so far, 2 cards that came out really are positive cards. So that being said, let's get into it. All right, so first card we have coming out for the week coming up, there's some successes that are really going to happen for a lot of people. This is going to be a great time, as the weather is warming up, as we are beginning to break into spring, that cloud that winter usually brings, that darker place, it's going to be lifted, and there's going to be more opportunities for us to get out, get some fresh air, and experience nature. So some of you who have been feeling a little closed off during the COVID will now be getting out and feeling a little more freer, feeling a little more fresher, and saying, so glad to be out of these masks, I feel, and just be able to enjoy the weather. For our melanin people, you're going to just enjoy the sun on your skin. So the sun card is a card of success. So if you are working on any venture, if you're working on a relationship, this is a sign that success is going to come for you. And it's a time where, in the original tarot deck, the sun card has a young child riding a white horse. So you may have gone through something yourself, and you have dumped a lot of energy, dumped a lot of negative things, dumped out things that do not serve you. And so you're feeling freer. You're feeling like you can conquer the world. And if we have the Four of Cups as our next card, you may have been feeling a little bored previous to this moving into spring, you guys. And so you're looking to get into something. You're looking to enjoy the weather, because maybe for a while, like I said, a lot of us have been locked up. A lot of us have been in in the houses, or really working hard. I feel like, if you guys feel like me, a lot of us been pulling 12 and 16 hours just to make ends meet, and you feel like you've been alone, you feel like you've been in hermit mode, but you have learned some things. You have kind of been enlightened. Sometimes taking a pause, taking time out, being shut away from the world really expands your perspective. So some of you probably I feel like you might be moving into a more successful state because you had to pull back, because you didn't get to go out. And so now you really have been thinking about your life. You've been following your spirit, your intuition. We have the Page of Cups here. Page of Cups is about, new beginnings, new potential for love. So some of you may be feeling, this spring, spring is sprung for love. And you may, this is you may have met someone, and it's like very, very new. So it may feel fun and giddy. And so that's making you feel success. So it's brought you out of this boredom for some of you. And you're really, really, really kind of, maybe you're liking somebody. This is the Lover's card coming behind the Page of Cups. And the Page of Cups also said, listen, guys, it's time to use your intuition. It's the person you meet. How do they make you feel? How do they make your spirit feel? Pay attention to the vibration that you feel when you're with somebody. Sometimes we date, and this is a side note, don't rush. Enjoy the moments, enjoy the sun, enjoy the flowers. Even the Four of Cups, as I'm talking to you guys, the Four of Cups, she's sitting there and she's looking a little bored, but she's in nature. She's observing things. She's observing the things around you. So take some time out, for those of you that may be listening, to follow your intuition, pay attention, take your time in the lover's relationship, in the lover's realm, and make sure that this person, brings you balance. They don't make you feel off, or they compliment you, and you should feel that down in your intuition. Some of you are walking away from heavy burdens, and that's why the Sun card is here. What's the first card out? You are letting go of the things that do not serve you. Mountains in any depiction, if you study them, is about your struggles. And some of you have climbed the mountain. You've done the work. You've been to the top. You've gotten this enlightenment. You got to the top of the mountain. It's like mountains also represents your ability to sit in the presence of God. You've passed your tests. You've gone to the top. You've gone to higher places in your spirituality. And now you've learned that a lot of things that you carried to get up the mountain, to get through your challenges, weren't serving you. So this is about in this season, this week coming up, let go of the things that do not serve you, and it will also help you have a closer connection to your spirit, to the spirit guides, to your spirit realm, whoever it is that you are calling out to, because all people are listening to this. So whatever it is that makes you feel connected to a higher source, it's time to let go of the things that do not serve you. You also have, what we have here is the Six of Cups. And Six of Cups, again, is about balancing. So we have two sixes here, which both cards are about balancing, making sure that, your yin and your yang are balanced, that you're feeling centered in your core, and that your relationships are centered at the core, and you do this by, this is just above the Hermit card, is taking some introspection. It's time to take a look at yourself. It's time to, shut the world out and just see who it is you are. What do you want? What challenges you? What makes you feel good? Because you can't expect somebody to give you something that you don't know. So this is a great opportunity to discover yourself, which will bring you more success as you understand your desires, as you understand your challenges, as you understand your, what lights up your soul for the last week in March. So this is going to be a very good week of balancing. It's going to be a very good week of discovering yourself. You're going to learn a lot of lessons coming up. So I feel like that no matter who you are and who you're listening, we're always learning. We're always evolving. There's always things that teach us valuable lessons. So be willing, my spirit is saying, look for signs. Look for opportunities, for they are there. If you've been praying for open doors, I feel like there's success is coming for some of you to open doors. If you've been looking for love, it is time. The Sun card is clarified by the Death card. And so the Death card is there is because you went through a place of ego death. You learned something, and that's in your hermit mode. You went through a transformation. You went through a rebirth. Old things pass away, and behold, all things become new. And going back to what I was talking about the dark night of the soul, the dark night of the soul is the killing of the ego. It's letting those things go that don't serve you, doesn't serve your ego. Letting go so you are led by God. You are led by your spirit, opposed to your personality or you leading the way all the time, and you don't know the way to go, but your soul knows which way to go. So, and some of you are experiencing greater opportunities and greater strength because you have gone through the death and rebirth. You also have the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is saying that you are now centered, you are balanced. There are four wands, two on each side, holding up the veil of victory. So again, I'm feeling like for the week of March, if you have been in a dark place, it's gonna be real good for you. Things are gonna be really, really. The path is like I've been talking about storms. So some of us have been in storms, and the rain pushes away all of the old things. It pushes away everything that that doesn't need to be in the path of growth. And so the rains come to push the things away. And so now we are beginning to get a new reality, a new opportunity with the Ace of Pentacles. With the Ace of Pentacles, my people, it's like you have planted many seeds. You have planted many seeds. A lot of you have been sowing what you have. And you may feel like that, what I've sown isn't enough or small. But Spirit is saying to me, my spirit, no, it's not small. It's a seed, and seeds grow, they multiply. So look for multiplication under the Sun card. Even for a seed, it has to go to through the death and rebirth because it's in a shell. It goes in the ground, and once it goes in the ground, it goes through this death thing to come out of the shell. So what potential that really lies within that seed can come forth. So the Ace of Pentacles is this opportunity to lift up what you have and bless it. Jesus lifted up the 2 loaves of bread and the fish, and he blessed it, and it multiplied. So look to multiply. Speak over your gifts. Speak over whatever it is that you are planting, whether it be love, whether it be finances. Speak life over it and bless it, and it shall be multiplied. I'm going to clarify the Four of Cups. Four of Cups is clarified by the Lover's card again. So again, may have to do a little sidetrack with the Lover's card being on the Four of Cups. Some of you may have been bored in your relationships. You know, you're in a relationship and you haven't been getting maybe the pleasure you want. Maybe you haven't had time to spend with each other, and now you're in a place where you're feeling a little emotional about it. Well, with the Sun card here, I feel like I should tell you, listen, you have to shed light on why you're bored, and then what do you do? What do you bring to the table to bring back the fun and the life and the energy that you guys had when you first got together? So if you are in a loving relationship, or you're in a relationship and things has gotten a little dry, listeners, it's time to be a little more playful. It is time to reconnect. Sometimes in relationships we forget to communicate. I say that all the time. Communication is everything. You forget to talk to your partner, and not just talking about it. Let me tell you a story. I got a situation where I'm challenged a lot in the relationship realm, but so I pray a lot, and Spirit had to get on me because I want certain things like right now. I want them right away, and I find sometimes in relationships you don't always get what you want when you want it. And so I started kind of tuning out this person because I wasn't hearing what I wanted to hear. And Spirit spoke to me when I got off the phone. Was like, you're not even being that person's friend. And I'm like, wow, what? You're not even being that person's friend. You're not listening to them. You're only hearing what you want. So maybe you've been listening to what you want, but you haven't really been listening to your mate. So this may be a call to listen to your lover. Get out of that bored space and see, what are they may have grown, they may have evolved, and maybe it's time for you guys to go to another level. And their level has changed, and now it's time for you to say, okay, what can I do so we can grow together? Don't let nobody drag you behind. Don't let nobody leave you. You should be trying to grow together. And in order to do that, listeners, we have to listen to each other. We must communicate. So this is a card telling me it's time to communicate. So you both can create the magic. And this particular deck that I'm pulling is called the Witch's Deck. And it's just, I know y'all kind of woo-woo about it, but it's just a deck. And they're creating magic together. So maybe you guys have forgotten in a relationship to create magic together. So if you're listening to me, I'm trying to tell you, for the rest of the week, put some effort into your relationship and you're going to have success. Try it. If you've been stiff like a board, you've been in self-defense mode, you're angry all the time, I would suggest to try to be more playful. Come out of that mode. Break it. Fake it till you make it, and you'll be surprised when you show that person a lighter side of you. If you show them that, you're not mad all the time and you want to be loving and playful again, you will hopefully pull that same vibration out of them. And you guys can see how being playful, you guys used to tickle each other. You used to roll around in the bed. You guys used to play basketball in the backyard together. You were young and free. Don't lose that. All right. So now I'm going to clarify the Hermit card. All right, the Hermit card is clarified by the King of Cups and by the Hangman. So the King of Cups is really about learning how to be mature in your emotions. The King of Cups, he used to be a knight all over the place, a little slow to move, and then he went, from a knight to a prince. So you have to grow in stature when it comes to your emotions. A page is the youngest. Page of Cups is a little immature. So you may have grown through this dark moment. Some of you may have been through something, and now you've learned to control your emotions. You're learning to listen to spirit. You're learning to allow yourself to take some deep breaths before you act out. And you learn that through the challenges you face. You learn that through getting quiet, that sometimes being loud and boisterous and always arguing is not getting you anywhere. And so with the Hangman being here, it's like taking a pause, getting outside of your comfort zone. So if your comfort zone is being argumentative and fighting, you learn that through your spending time with yourself, that's not getting you anywhere. The Hangman is about taking an introspection as well. And so you got two introspection cards telling you to be more loving, Be more caring. Watch your emotions, mature in your emotions so that everything doesn't trigger you. And that takes practice. Practice makes perfect, listening audience. And so now I'm going to clarify the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is clarified by the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is a card of, feeling like it's over. I sang a song this morning on my Facebook Live this morning. It's over now. It's over now. Feel like I can make it. The storm is over now. And some of us have been through the storm, and it took you to go into your intuition. Page of Cups is about following your intuition, listening to that still soft voice, learning that just because you've been through the storm, you've been through the fire, you've been through the pain, your life is not over. But there is a place when the end of that cycle comes that you can rise up again, that you can get up from being stabbed in your back. You can get up from being betrayed. You can get up from, somebody walking away from you. You can survive it. And so the Page of, the Ten of Swords has this person laying here, looks like he's dead, with swords in his back. Some of you are maybe overthinking it. You're doing more thinking in your head than listening to your heart. So this may be a call for some of you to listen to your heart. You're overthinking. Get centered. Quiet your mind. Swords are about your thought processes. So 10 swords mean you're overthinking things. Hello? You're overthinking things and you're not following your intuition. So listen to your intuition. Get quiet. Go back to, again, with the Hermit and the King of Cups and the Hangman. It is time to get quiet, get to yourself, listen to your own inner guidance system. Find out what's fear. A lot of us are trapped in fears, and you got to be able to distinguish. I ask and I pray over it. I say, God, sometimes I don't know the difference between my intuition and fears. And so guess what? Practice make perfect. Some things is going to happen where you're going to have to listen into your own body and determine whether or not you are feeling anxiety, or is your intuition saying ding, 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 red flag, red flag? Or is it just your personal fears? So as you examine, as you go within, as you come out your comfort zone, as you be honest with yourself, listeners, you will discover that sometimes it's just your fear speaking. And so it's time for you to challenge yourself to let go of your fears and trust in the universe. Trust in your intuition that it knows the way. Your soul knows the way. So I'm going to clarify the Lover's card. Again, if you want to call in, if you'd like me to pull some cards for you, you can call 248-429-7224. If you'd like a couple of cards pulled for you, call 248-429-7224. So, again, the theme is the same for this week for love, for the community as at a whole. This whole reading has some tweaking in it, so there's some things that we have to tweak. But for the most part, it's a time for celebration for a lot of you. It's a time of gathering together. It's a time, some of y'all celebrated St. Patrick's Day. That's a whole new level. You guys need to study, some of y'all, what St. Patrick's Day really is, but I'm gonna digress. That's on y'all. However, this is a time for you to celebrate. And so with the Lover's card being here, again, this is I feel like more of a challenge for relationships. I feel like it's saying, let your hair down. When is the last time you and your mate just sat down and talked to each other over a glass of wine and whatever else that brings you comfort or makes you relax, makes you unwind? Your girlfriends, you guys may have been working too much and it's just time to celebrate. Some of you may be going to a wedding. I feel like somebody may be going to a wedding and you may meet somebody there. So if you're looking for love, this is actually a great sign that there's going to be success on the path for love. And some of you, oh my God, we got the King and Queen here. So this is the Queen of Cups, and she's very, very pregnant. So some of you lovers, when spring is sprung, maybe working towards having a baby, or if you wanted to have a baby, this is high time. You have the Sun card here. I told y'all the Sun card has a baby in it. And usually when the baby comes out, And this deck is a little different. She appears to be an empress. The Empress card usually tells us that there's a baby on the way. So some of you guys may be expecting a grandbaby, or some of you may be having a baby yourself. So get ready, get ready, get ready. But with the Queen of Cups here, with the Celebration card and the Lovers card, this is a great, great omen that your love life is going to shift if you're in a relationship, or you're going to meet somebody and it's going to be your soulmate. It's just going to click. It's just going to feel right. You're going to feel expansive with this person. This person is going to make your heart sing. These people are on the beach and they're able to, so you may be going on a vacation with this person. So you might be prepping. Hey, I just heard in my spirit, somebody's going on vacation with their mate and they're going to propose to you. So good luck to somebody that, and for everybody, but for those who will receive it, I just want to be the flower girl, okay? Just let me be the flower girl on the set. All right, so now I'm about to clarify the 10 of Wands. So we have two 10s here. For those of you that lottery playing people, 1010, you might want to look at that. That's an amplified number. When it's two of them, 10s are often reflective of ending. So some of you may be ending a relationship and moving into a better one. So maybe you've been holding on to somebody that you haven't been listening to the red flags, and now you kind of have, and you realize that this person is not for you. This is for some of you. So some of you are going to meet somebody great. You're on a great path, and it's going to be beautiful. Some of you guys are coming into babies. Some of you guys are going to be proposed to. But there are other people that need to make a decision about walking away from something that makes you feel like a wounded warrior, because we have the 9 of Wands here on top of the 10 of Wands. The 10 of Wands is the ending to a burdensome situation. The 9 of Wands represents, you're just tired. You're tired of fighting. You're tired of being wounded. You're tired of being the victim. So this is for some of you, and you may be considering walking away, because whatever this situation is for some of you, it's bringing you a burden, and you're feeling regretful about staying. You're feeling regretful about, allowing yourself to continuously go through the cycles where you're feeling overloaded, you're feeling overwhelmed, you're feeling, like you always got to be in defensive mode. And then you have the Knight of Swords. So you may be trying to ward off some of these negative thoughts. You're trying to, see your relationship in a different perspective. You're trying to communicate with your higher source about this particular relationship. And it's really causing you to be in constant fight or flight. So you may be right now, for some of you, in your lower chakra, your root chakra, which means this is like you're in fear. Your fear of maybe losing this person. So this is for some of you. And you have to let go of your fears and really look at this situation. For some of you, with the Hangman being here, with the Hermit being here, it's like it's time for reflection. Does this relationship serve you? And I said earlier, first thing that came out is we must observe how certain relationships make you feel. So if this relationship has you in a state of anxiety, I want to relook at that. If the relationship have you constantly overthinking or feeling insecure, there's a reason for that. Be honest about it, face it, and then make a decision so that you can let go of some of these burdens, so you won't feel like the wounded warrior, and you won't be overthinking. You have the 3 of Pentacles here as well. A few cards fell out for the 10 of Wands, and it may be because you realize that you've been in a relationship that is you're not growing. And the only thing that you're really learning with the 3 of Pentacles, this is the card of apprenticeship, a card of learning, being skillful. You're mastering yourself. You've discovered that these vibrations, or how this situation is making you feel, is not benefiting you at a higher level. So you really, really may be thinking about it, maybe even strategizing how to let this go, how to walk away. Maybe it's not so easy, but you need an exit plan, and you may be thinking of an exit plan. You may be pulling on support from your friends. You may be pulling on support from people around you to help you navigate through this situation, because we have the 5 of Wands here, and it's bringing you stress. 5s are generally about, facing your conflict, but in this particular card, I want to bring this out. There's 5 ladies here, 5 witches, as you can see. And they're all lacking the ability to come together and make something work. So you may be trying to make it work. You may be trying to come together, but it just seems like the relationship for some of you guys is just in constant turmoil and conflict. And because of it, we have the King of Pentacles here. Maybe some of you are saying the King of Pentacles is a stable, sound person, someone who is financially stable. So maybe some of you guys are staying because this person is financially stable and you may not can see your way to a different situation because you need them financially. And I will say that is definitely not a reason to stay in something that you're miserable in. And your prayer and your affirmation is, God, give me what I need to meet my needs. You should supply all of my needs according to your riches and glory. So if you're depending on this person because of financial resources, to some of my listening audience, pray about that. That is not a reason to stay. We stay in relationships for love and not for finances. That is not a good reason to stay. So again, with the cards that are on the table, there's an opportunity for success for you. But I feel like for these last cards that just came out, some of you really need to be honest with yourself. You really need to take an introspection as all the cards are here. There's a 10 of Cups that fell out, and I don't know where it came out, but I don't believe in coincidence. The 10 of Cups is one of the happiest cards in the deck. It is a sign that, there is love on the way. There's a sign that there's an emotional fulfillment on the way. There's a sign that you may connect with somebody that maybe you've been wanting a family. So with this 10 of Cups here, the Sun card here, the Queen of Cups, she looks like the Empress to me, and so I'm just going to claim her as the Empress. This is about having a successful family, and it's up to you to decide to make up your mind, listeners, in the next week. Am I in a happy place? Does this bring me happiness? Whatever it is, your job, your friends, your family, are they taking you to the next level, a level of expansion? Anytime you see pregnancy or a pregnant person in the cards, it's a sign of expansion. So even if you're not having a baby, this is fertile time. It's fertile time to begin to manifest. Give birth to the things that you've been wanting to, because the cards here saying you can do it. This is a great time to manifest your dreams, manifest your goals. Think about what it is you want. And the things you don't want, eliminate, extract, take out of your life so you can bring balance with you. Having the 2 6s here again. This is saying, listen, you need to balance. Something is off, listeners. And you got a great opportunity for success here. So this is, for me, always about, we'll be on a good space. But we have to, tweak our lives. You have to get up in the morning and say, how can I make this better? How can my day be better? I have a friend who helped me on this spiritual journey in the beginning. And he would say, Kim, make a great day. We have to make great days, and I'm not going to say it's always going to be that way, and we're going to talk about that next week with the dark night of the soul. But making a great day is about making the decision to figure out what it is that brings you the most joy, and are you in it, and talking to yourself, understanding yourself. Talk to yourself. You got to do that sometimes. Kim, is this good for you? How's it making you feel? Are you on the right path? Is this leading you to a higher place, or is this person dragging you down? Or is this job dragging me down? Am I happy on my job? Are there other jobs out here that would make me better? Let me put in the application and just try things out. Spirit, lead me. There's a song I love by Oceans. A Hill song is called Oceans, and they say, Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders, where my faith will be much stronger in the presence of my Savior. We got to get into the presence of your Savior, the presence of your higher self, and really listen, because your soul knows the way. We talk about that a lot. Who you are, your purpose is infinite within you. And so sometimes when things fall away, when things fall off, when people walk out your life, that's to break you out your shell and take you to the next level of your potential. So this is, again, drawing on all the cards that are here. Good people. It's a high time to crack open. Some of you may have already been cracked open. You've already feel like you've gotten whooping by life or whooped by life, but you got over it. When we were younger, when our parents spanked that butt, we got through it. You got up, you was mad, you was angry, but because of that love we have for our parents, you got over it. And you was like, you knew your mom loved you. Sometimes life whoop us. And we get through the whoopings, we get through the pain, we get through the struggles. We have to let things go, that's whooping us. And then we realize how much God loves us, how much Spirit loves us, how much, your trials did not come to break you down, but it came to make you strong, that you're a better person, you're a better version of yourself. Oh, you could live without that person. It's okay. So, taking an introspection of yourself and looking at yourself and seeing who you are and what you want is the key to finding your next launching pad. So because some of you guys are really going to go really far. Maybe you have been felt way down, and it's like, I'm getting this image of a rocket ship. And if I don't know much about them, but I'm just going to say what's in my spirit. When they build those things, they're very, very heavy. They have a lot of components to them, just to get off of this realm, just to get out of this time and space, just to get up to the atmosphere that it needs to get to. It requires a lot of fuel, a lot of weight, a lot of different components. But once it goes to a higher level is what I'm getting. Once you go to a higher level is what I'm getting. Once you get off the ground, that some of those things are going to fall away, which is going to make you lighter, which is going to help you go higher. This is what I'm getting. So some of y'all are going to let go of some stuff. Some of us are going to let go of things, and you're going to have the success. You're going to go higher. You're going to feel better. You're going to feel lighter. You're going to feel like you can conquer the world, because if you were just say the figurative rocket ship, and you could look back at where you are and where you've been, you're on another level. You're going to another level. So that's something I'm feeling deep in my soul. There's a lot of you are going to experience another level in this week and weeks coming, because you're doing the work, because you've been through the storm, because you've been through the rain, because you learn from your mistakes. You learn to get through the red flags. You've learned. It's a learning experience. We come here to learn. We come here to experience. So I'm going to pull for the Six of Cups and clarify the Six of Cups. We're almost running out of time. I want to invite you to, if you have any questions, if you would like to call and just ask me a question and see if I can answer it for you, you can call 248-429-7224. We have 6 minutes, so get ready, get ready, get ready. All right, so a bunch of cards came out for the Six of Cups. And again, to remind you of the Six of Cups, the Six of Cups is about balancing your emotions. The Six of Cups is about, some of you, a person from your past is going to come back, and they may be the one offering you a cup of love. And I feel like there are two stories here. There's a story of finding something new, someone who's going to love the shit out of you, love the life out of you, and I mean in a good way. And then there's somebody else who is going to be a heavy burden to you. And maybe it's this person who's going to come from your past, some of you. So use your wisdom. Don't move into anything quickly. This is really, I said earlier, this is about, listen, some of you need to take your time when somebody else come back to your life. Take your time when you're meeting somebody, because there's two narratives here. Somebody's going to be loving. They're going to balance you out. They're going to make you feel good. You're going to vibe together. This person could possibly be your soulmate. For some of the other ones of you, this person is going to be a burden. Be wise. You got the Queen of Swords here. Be wise in your thinking. So Queen of Swords is a mature person who thinks things through. Take your time to think through things through. When you graduate to a queenship, being a queen, that means you've already experienced so many other things before that. You've been a child. You've been the teenager who made a bunch of mistakes. So walking in your queenship says, listen, I've matured from that. I learned from that. I'm not doing that again. And this is for the kings as well. It's just all energy. So if you're a guy listening to this, You have made enough mistakes in your past. As a matter of fact, hi sis. This is saying about, think about your past. Think about the mistakes you have already made, and you know, be careful, because we have the of swords here. The Three of Swords is, and this is in reverse. Usually the Three of Swords is a declaration that you're in pain, that somebody has stabbed you in the heart, somebody has cheated on you. But gratefully, because this reading has been so, for me, encouraging and telling you that this is going to be a great week. The week's coming, it's going to be great. Stay in the positive vibration and let go of your old pain. Let go of the pain of the past. Really think about, some of you guys are still holding on to old relationships that in your mind that serve you. It's time to let that shit go. It's time to give it up. Take those swords out of your heart. They don't belong to you. You want your heart to heal. So this is a time for you to heal. Heal from the past. Think very clearly about where you're going, because you have the Queen of Swords here. You have the Eight of Wands here. Some of you guys are feeling stuck in a situation. The Eight of Wands was in reverse. And it's a sign that you may feel stuck. You may even be stuck in your head, again, because you have the Queen of Swords. And this is saying, listen, don't get stuck in your head about your past. Don't get stuck in your head about your past. Because, listen, one thing I'm learning about as I back away from everything and I look at us as a body, your body takes in a whole lot of information. Sometimes it's taking information you didn't even approve of. Good to the house, good to the last drop, Maxwell House. Most of y'all know that song. You ain't never learned it. You didn't practice it, but you know it because it entered into your subconscious, your spirit, without your permission. So some of y'all are carrying crap like I was. I'm going to talk about it in the Dark Night of the Soul. We're carrying stuff that entered into your subconscious. You're carrying old things that it's time to get rid of so you can have this sun moment. You can have the successful moment. You can have a life of peace. You can have a life of rest. The Hangman and the Hermit Man are both restful spirits. It's time to take a break, guys. Stop overthinking. Get out your head. Get out the past. And you got the Fool card on top of that. So it's saying, listen, once you get out your head, you stop feeling like you're stuck. You're not stuck. You got to figure out how to get over your hurdles. I posted something a couple of weeks ago, trying to learn how to reprogram the negative thoughts. So instead of feeling weak, or instead of your mountains being challenges, you may have to say, okay, I got hurdles to jump, which makes me a superstar, a track star. So the Fool card is like, okay, I'm laying down all my burdens. I'm laying down all my pain. I'm laying down everything that doesn't serve me, and I'm ready to go on a new adventure. God, I don't know where you taking me. I don't know who I'm going to meet on my path, but I'm ready. I'm ready for new adventures. I'm ready for a higher existence. I'm ready for love where I may have been pushing away before because I'm overthinking. I'm ready, and I'm not carrying. The Fool card in the original deck, he's carrying a little satchel on a wand. So he's taking his inspiration. He's gotten rid of a lot of shit off his back, and he's carrying a light load to his next destination. So let go of some of that stuff that's holding you up, that's making you feel stuck, that's making you feel trapped. Let it go. You have the Emperor card. The Emperor card is saying, listen, when you let that go, you go on this fool's journey. You start feeling better about where you're going, what you're doing, how you're doing it. You're going to make a plan. You're going to be more strategic. You're going to be more watchful. You're going to lead other people into a place where they understand that, hey, baby, I've been through that. I've been through that heartache. You can get over it. You can get through it. You become a leader. You become a guide to someone else. And now you're taking control over your life. So, I'm feeling really good about this reading, even though there are things that need to be adjusted for some. But a lot of you, it's just pure ecstasy. It's pure sunshine on your path right now. Tweak the things that need to be tweaked if that's for you. Tweak the things that need to be tweaked. Look at it and don't look at nobody else. Look at yourself. A lot of times, just saying that we use other people as scapegoats for your responsibility. Taking accountability why you feel like you feel and how you feel like you feel. And you're responsible for who you let make you feel like you feel, and your job make you feel like you feel. When you feel downtrodden, you feel weak, we have to find a way to push through that and figure out why I feel like that and how do I shift it. What do I need to do to shift it? Do I need to quit this job and go to another one? Do I need to walk away from this relationship because it's not serving me? You have to answer those questions. I can't tell you. I just read the cards and I tell you what I see. So I don't know who this is resonating for, but it's time for you to make some decisions, okay? And we're going to finish this off with two last cards. You have the Page of Swords. And again, I just said you're going to take authority over your life. And now the Page of Swords is there going to be new beginnings for ideas for you. Things are going to just start downloading for you because some of you have gone through so much. Now you're open to the leading of your spirits, angels, guides, ancestors, ascended masters. And now you're going to be open to be led to a good place. You're going to be open to understand who you are, I get. Because at the last card is the Two of Swords. And the Two of Swords is about having faith to make the right decisions. A lot of people read the Two of Swords differently, but the way I read it from the original deck, there's a woman sitting on a solid foundation. Look like her ass should hurt, but she's sitting on a cement foundation. And behind her is some water. And water always represents humanity or represents your emotion. And the water has calmed. And she has a blindfold on, and she's holding her swords across her heart. And for some, they would say you're blocking your heart, and that could be. So some of you are blocking your heart, and that's probably maybe why the stagnation card is here. And then for some of you, it's you've made a decision to go within, not looking what's on the outside, not listening to people on the outside, but going within and allowing yourself to calm your own spirit, calm your heart, calm your emotions, and seek spiritual guidance. So the Two of Swords is saying you're making the decision to pray about everything. Be anxious for nothing. And pray about everything. Listen to your heart. Listen to your spirit. And it knows the way. So, with that being said, I'm going to pull three cards for the final outcome for this situation. So, what is the final outcome, Spirit, that I need to give to the people to help them on this week's journey? Just another day's journey. And I'm glad about it. I'm glad. I think that's a song. So we got the Star card. So people, this is time to heal. This is a good time for success and healing. You have the Star cards. This is the Aquarius card. So some of you may be Aquarius. And here's the Empress. So I know that there are babies on the way. Because the Empress card did come out. She was in the other deck in another form, and I received her. And this is also expansion. You guys are birthing out something that's going to change the world. You changing your perspective and healing your mind and healing your soul is going to expand consciousness. And so not only are you making yourself better, but you're making the world around you. And we really need that because there's a lot of people who are in dark places and negative thoughts. So now it's time to heal those thoughts so that you can expand, that you can help others, and you can birth out other leaders. You can birth out other happy situations. Walk away from anything that doesn't serve you is what it's saying. You know, all the pain. This is the Eight of Cups. So you have left all the emotional baggage behind, and now you're going into the unknown. And the unknown is a spiritual journey. You don't know all the answers, but you know God knows. So go on the journey. You have the Two of Wands. This is another decision card. It's like making a decision to choose what brings you the most passion after you are healed and you are ready on the journey. And don't rush to do it. See, she got the sun outside the window. She's making this decision to sit there and bask in the sun, think about what she wants, get into the presence of God, and make the decision to go on the journey that serves you the most. Get out of your head and let go of your burdens. Let go of all the things that are weighing you down, and you will have success in the next coming weeks. So this has been Kimistry, the Star Soul Alchemist. That concludes my time. I would like to invite you guys to please join me next week so we can talk about the dark night of the soul. What is it and how do we get through it? How do we navigate through it? How do you tell your friends it's going to be okay when they feel like giving up? There's a song, I'm going to sing it 2 seconds. When I feel like giving up, whenever my sunshine turns to rain, wherever my hopes and dreams. I aimed in the wrong direction. He's always there. I never knew Prince was singing. That's how I interpret. Prince was singing about God is always there, showing me how much he really cares. It don't feel like it when you're going through, but God is always there, and you're going through for a purpose, and your purpose is bigger than you. So with that being said, I will see you guys on next week. I send you love and light. Pray for me as I study this situation. If you have been through the dark night of the soul or a state of depression that only God could have got you out of, and you want to share that, I'm interested in hearing your message. Inbox me, call me, put it in the comment section, and I will get back with you so we can schedule to hear your story, your testimony, so you can help someone else come out. So if you are interested in a reading from me, call 313-828-6810 so you can have a personal reading. So peace out, love, peace, and hair grease. I love you all. Namaste, kings and queens.
Joining us on sharing divine guidance and counsel through the art of tarot every Sunday, 7 a.m., 7:55. Right here on Sunday's Event Radio Network. Like and share. Support the show. You can also be a guest or sponsor by sending an email to chemistry1111radioandtv@gmail.com. Or you can call 313-828-6810. Come back every Sunday to see what's in the